Density. For this procedure, you will need specific items, such as a 250 milliliter beaker, an unknown sample, a 10 milliliter graduated cylinder, pencil and pen, Experiment 1 physical properties report sheet, an electronic measuring scale, and always safety goggles. Step 2. You will now be adding approximately 2.5 to 3.5 milliliters of your liquid unknown to the graduated cylinder. Read the volume to at least plus or minus 0.1 milliliters. Ensure that your graduated cylinder is close to your unknown sample. Carefully apply your unknown liquid. Ensure that your cap is tight. There are some liquids that you will be using in this lab that will react with the water in the atmosphere. When reading your volume, make sure that you read it at eye level and you're looking at the meniscus of the actual liquid. The meniscus is the actual dip inside the liquid. You want to read it at the bottom of the dip in the center. As I'm reading the meniscus, it reads 2.5 milliliters. You record the 2.5 milliliters to your report sheet. Zero out electronic measuring scale by pressing the 0 button. Take an empty 10 milliliter graduated cylinder and place upon the measuring scale plate. Allow some time for a true reading. Record the mass in grams to your report. Step 3. You will now determine the mass of the liquid and the graduated cylinder that was previously measured out using an electronic measuring scale. First, ensure that the measuring scale is zeroed out by pressing the 0 button. Next, place your graduated cylinder onto the measuring scale plate, like so. Allow proper time so that you can get a true reading. Take your recording and record it onto your report sheet. Carefully remove your graduated cylinder and you are finished. This illustration represents a graduated cylinder with liquid from this point to this point, which is roughly 6 milliliters. In this illustration, I hope to explain the meniscus of a liquid within a container. In this example, it's actually a graduated cylinder. When looking at the meniscus, you do not read the actual incline marks, but instead you read the center. So you do not record this mark or this mark, but instead this mark, which is indicated around 6 milliliters. For example, if this were your meniscus, you would not record that mark or that mark, but instead you would record that mark, the center of the actual decline. When reading your meniscus, make sure you read at eye level. For example, if my marker represented my graduated cylinder, I would read it at eye level. Not here or not there, but at eye level.